leverage everything. And I'm sensing this goes way beyond just getting a loan from the bank.
You got BetDavid is talking about leveraging your time, your skills, your network, everything you have at your disposal.
So working smarter, not harder.
Exactly. Find those force multipliers, those things that help you achieve more with less effort.
Okay, give me some examples because I'm really digging this concept.
Absolutely. So think about using technology to automate tasks in your business or outsourcing things you're not good at.
Oh, outsourcing is a great idea. I'm terrible at bookkeeping.
Think about how you can leverage your existing skills to create multiple streams of income.
That's a good point.
Could you teach a course online? Write an ebook about your area of expertise?
Or even just being really intentional about how you spend your time.
Yeah, are you saying yes to too many things, spreading yourself too thin?
I am definitely guilty of that.
It's about focusing on the activities that really move the needle.
I love this whole leverage everything mentality. It's about being efficient. It's about being creative.
It's about maximizing your potential.
Okay, for sure some of these rules are really making me rethink my whole approach to money.
It's that point, right?
Yeah, it's all about challenging conventional wisdom.
Exactly. Well, let's pick up with a rule that I think is going to spark some debate.
I like where this is going.
Don't rely on diversification.
Wait a minute, diversification is like the golden rule of investing.
It is, but BetDavid is throwing down the gauntlet here. I think his point is that too much diversification can actually limit your potential gains. Like if you're spreading your investments too
You
thin.
might miss out on those big wins.
Right. You're not putting enough money into any one thing to really see significant growth. Between managing risk and maximizing your returns.
And that balance is going to be different for everyone.
Of course. It depends on your risk tolerance, your investment goals, your time horizon.
What else do we have on the agenda?
All right, let's talk about positioning.
Positioning.
Yeah, this is all about putting yourself in the right place at the right time.
So being strategic.
Exactly. It's about anticipating the future, seeing where the market is headed, and positioning yourself accordingly.
It's like that Wayne Gretzky quote, skate to where the puck is going, not where it has been.
Exactly. It's about having that foresight, that vision for where you want to be.
So for entrepreneurs, this might mean identifying niche market with high growth potential.
Or developing a skill set that's in high demand.
Or building a strong personal brand.
It's all about setting yourself up for success.
Okay, that makes sense for entrepreneurs. But what about those of us who aren't running our own businesses?
It still applies. It's about being proactive in your career, always learning and adapting.
So like taking courses to stay up to date with the latest technologies.
Or attending industry events to network and learn about new trends.
So basically never stop learning.
Exactly. Invest in yourself.
Okay, now I want to revisit a rule we talked about earlier, strategic partnerships.
Right.
We touched on the importance of networking,
Right.
but this is about taking those relationships to the next level.
Absolutely. It's about moving beyond those transactional, I scratch your back, you scratch mine relationships.
And creating true win-win collaborations.
Exactly, where everyone benefits.
So it's about finding those people who complement your strengths, who fill in your gaps, who share your vision.
Like assembling a superhero team. Each member brings their unique superpowers to the table.
I love that analogy. And together, you're unstoppable.
Exactly. And just like with superhero teams, strategic partnerships can take many forms.
Okay, like what?
It could be a joint venture where two companies combine their resources.
Okay.
A mentorship relationship where you learn from someone with more experience.
Yeah.
Even a simple barter arrangement where you exchange goods or services.
The point is to find those synergies, those opportunities where you can work together to achieve more than you could alone. Okay, I'm starting to see strategic partnerships everywhere now. From the local coffee shop that partners with a bakery to offer fresh pastries.
To the tech giants who collaborate on groundbreaking innovations.
It's all about recognizing that you don't have to do everything yourself.
And that sometimes the best way to achieve your goals is to work together.
Okay, let's shift gears now to a rule that I think is particularly relevant for anyone who's ever received a big windfall of cash, big check syndrome.
Oh yeah, this one's important.
It's so easy to get caught up in the excitement of a big payday.
Whether it's a bonus, an inheritance, or a lottery win.
You start thinking about all the things you can buy, all the trips you can take.
And that's when you get into trouble.
Because you start spending like that level of income is going to last forever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you find yourself back at square one when the money runs out.
It's like winning the lottery and then blowing it all on fast cars and mansions.
It happens more often than you think.
So what's the antidote to big check syndrome?
Well, BetDavid suggests viewing that lump sum as a series of smaller payments spread out over time.
That's a good way to reframe it.
For example, if you receive a $10,000 bonus, Instead of seeing it as one giant chunk of money.
Think of it as $833 a month for a year.
Exactly. It helps you stay grounded and avoid those impulse purchases.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So instead of spending that money, what should we be doing with it?
Well, think about your long-term financial goals.
Okay.
Could you use it to pay down debt, max out your retirement contributions, start a side hustle?
Or even just put it in a high-yield savings account to earn some interest.
The key is to be strategic with that money. Don't let it slip away on things that won't benefit you in the long run. Can you believe we're already on the last part?
It's gone so fast. We've covered so much ground already.
Right, from viewing money as a game to having that end-of-the-world mentality. Well, we're going to dive into some rules that are all about taking action, about building a solid financial foundation, and ultimately creating a life of abundance.
Okay, I like that. Bring it on.
So let's start with a rule that's going to resonate with anyone who's ever felt stuck in a rut: comp plan.
Comp plan. Okay, now I know not everyone has a traditional comp plan in the sense of, working for a company.
Right, but the principle applies to everyone.
Okay, I'm listening.
It's about understanding the relationship between your efforts and your income.
So it's about taking ownership of your financial growth.
Exactly, whether you're an employee, a freelancer, an entrepreneur, or even just someone looking to boost your savings.
It's about being proactive, right?
Yes, instead of just accepting whatever income comes your way, it's about seeking out opportunities to increase your earning potential.
So negotiating a raise, asking for more responsibility at work, developing new skills that command higher pay.
Or even creating multiple streams of income.
It's about creating a plan for how you're going to reach your financial goals.
Exactly.
Okay, I like that. It's about taking control of your financial destiny.
That's the key.
All right, what's next?
Well, let's talk about one that might seem a little controversial. Study your politicians. This is about understanding how political decisions impact your finances.
So being informed.
Exactly. It's about knowing the rules of the game, but in this case, the game is the economy.
And the players are the politicians.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, for example, are there proposed tax changes that could affect your investments?
That's a good point.
Are there new regulations that could impact your industry? Knowing this information can help you make smarter financial decisions.
It's about being proactive instead of reactive.
Exactly.
Okay, I see the value in that. It's about staying ahead of the curve.
And you don't have to become a political expert overnight. Just start paying attention.
Read a few articles, listen to a podcast, have a conversation with someone who's knowledgeable about these issues.
Exactly. Let's talk about another one that's pretty straightforward, but important. Study smart investors.
Okay, so learn from the best.
But it's not just about reading Warren Buffett's biography or listening to every podcast interview with a successful investor.
So it's about going deeper.
Yes, understanding their investment philosophies, their decision-making processes.
How they approach risk and opportunity.
Exactly. And remember, smart investors don't always agree.
That's true.
So it's important to study a variety of them to get different perspectives.
Okay, that makes sense. You don't want to just blindly follow anyone's advice.
Right, you need to develop your own approach.
David's rules seem to be about mindset, about thinking differently about money and success.
I think you're right.
It's not just about the technical stuff, it's about the mental game.
And that leads us perfectly into the next rule. Play your game.
Ooh, I like that word.
This is all about individuality, about recognizing that your financial journey is unique.
We all need to hear that.
It's so easy to get caught up in comparing ourselves to others.
Especially with social media, it's like everyone's trying to keep up with the Joneses.
Exactly, and that's a recipe for misery.
Because you're always going to be comparing yourself to someone who has more.
Or who seems to have it all figured out.
And that's just not realistic.
BetDavid is saying focus on your own goals, your own values, your own definition of success.
It's your race, not theirs.
Exactly.
So create a financial plan that aligns with your values and aspirations, not someone else's.
I think that's a really important message.
Okay, now let's get a little more technical with the next rule: index.
Indexing. Okay, this is all about investing in a way that tracks a specific market benchmark.
Okay, so for someone who's not familiar with investing, can you break that down a little more?
Sure, so think of it like investing in a basket of stocks that represents a particular segment of the market.
Okay.
Instead of trying to pick individual stocks, you're basically buying a piece of the entire market.
And you can do this through index funds, right?
Exactly. And index funds are designed to mirror the performance of a specific index, like the S&P 500.
So what are the benefits of indexing?
Well, it offers a lot of benefits, including diversification,
Okay.
low costs, and simplicity.
Because you're not paying a team of analysts to pick stocks.
Right, the index fund is just tracking the performance of the index.
So it's a more passive approach to investing.
It can be, and it's a good option for people who are just starting out. I think it's worth exploring.
All right, we're down to our final rule. What's the last piece of wisdom from PatrickBetDavid?
This one is especially relevant for entrepreneurs, but I think the message applies to everyone. Don't get stuck in selling small.
That's a good one. It's about having that bigger vision, right?
Exactly. It's about breaking free from the mindset of scarcity and embracing abundance.
So instead of limiting yourself to small-scale operations or thinking too small,
Think bigger, dream bigger.
set ambitious goals, expand your reach, aim for something that really makes a difference.
Exactly. BetDavid is challenging us to push past our comfort zones.
And to create something truly impactful.
Yes, it's not just about financial success. It's about creating a life that's both financially and personally fulfilling. I think there's something here for everyone to take away.
Whether you're just starting out on your financial journey or you're already a seasoned investor.
It's all about continuing to learn and grow.
So keep playing the game, keep leveraging everything, and remember, don't get stuck selling small.
And that's the bottom line.